That's one of the songs. I don't give a fuck if I get struck. That's one of the songs I danced to at 21 years old, going to prison. And that same year, I found out that Phyllis Hyman died. Died. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. It is what the fuck it is. Y'all catch the playback. But I thank my YouTube subscribers. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, my Cape Verdean heart. Shout out to chat. Shout out to chat. You are welcome over here. Karibu. And when you give me something or you sat with me for a little bit, I say, Una Kari Bishwa. Una Kari Bishwa. But and that is I'm telling you, you are welcome. You are welcome in that language. One of my homeboys, he wanted me to change my last name, Arabia Barbosa. Now went forward to carry on. He wanted me to change my name to Arabia Swahili because he listened to my videos. And I do certain videos and I speak in Swahili, I speak in Spanish. Shout out to the chat, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. It is what the fuck it is. Those are not here will catch the playback. Catch the playback. I know you're busy. I know you got your own lives. And I'm going to say it real quick. I am fine. Nico Fiti. Nico Fiti means I am fine. I'm good. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of you don't know these Swahili phrases. And I'm going to start speaking more Swahili and more Spanish. It is what it is. Kucha na mimi kula chakula. Ven aquí conmigo. I mix it up. I mix up the Swahili and the Spanish. That's what I do. And those that don't understand what I'm saying, lo siento, no es culpa es mío. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say too much. Because I had the music playing. And it wasn't playing loud. It was playing very silently. It is what it is. I know. It is what it is. It is what the fuck it is. And shout out to chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. G Furahishi. G Furahishi. It means enjoy yourself in Swahili. It means enjoy yourself in Swahili. Kula na kuniwa means to eat the food. Eat the food while you're in my house. Okay? It is what the fuck it is. Kuvuta kiti pumzika means grab a chair and be relaxed. Be relaxed. Pumzika means Relax. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Nini Kuzimu means the hell. The hell. That's what Nini Kuzimu means. But Nini Kuzimu Kilawakati means what the hell it will always be. It's always that on these YouTube streets. Shout out to the YouTube streets. Shout out to my YouTube creators. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Marafiki. Marafiki means people. Rafiki. Rafiki means friend. So whoever is my Rafiki on these YouTube streets, you know who you are. Shout out to you. I'm not taking down this video. I'm going to leave it up. Leave it up. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I am your homegirl. Arabia Barbosa number 4 was the Canyon. And I got the sound from Birdman. Shout out to him. And I wanna see if Sis I know Sis do t-shirts and hoodies and all that. But I wanna see if Sis got to do something for baseball caps. Cause Sis can actually do that. He's a businessman. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. He's a businessman. Business minded. He got business on his mind. Shout out to him. And we don't see eye to eye all the time. We don't. We don't. But I enjoy Sis videos. I respect Sis. Sis is he is from New York. He is from New York. He lives right there in Brooklyn. Shout out to chat. Shout out to chat. Now, when I go back to New York and visit, I gotta go to Westchester County. Then I gotta go into the city, New York City. I gotta go to the Bronx. I gotta go to Queens. I gotta go to Brooklyn. Shout out to chat. Shout out to chat. And Birdman was not with me when we did our trips, because we mostly did our trips in South Carolina anyway. And so shout out to the chat. Shout out to Birdman. And I don't mean no harm, but I had got a text message from the family friend, and he was saying that you know, this and that, and I accepted it because I know both of these men, Birdman and the other dude, were friends. And Birdman, he remembered when that man was born. Remember when that man was born? He held him in his arms at 9 years old. Birdman was always on his own at 9 years old because his mother was a convicted felon. She had to go to prison. She sat there in prison for a couple of years for something she did. Shout out to Jack. She came home. She came home. It is what the fuck it is. Shout out to Jack. And I understood what he was saying. Now, when I met his mother years ago, she said, Arabia, look out for you. Don't look out for nobody else. Look out for you. Look out for you. I always looked out for her son because me and him was friends. Then we became lovers. Now, then we became friends again. A shout out to the chat. But I always told Birdman, when you go to the hospital, tell them that you need a nurse to come into the house. Because I was not going to be present all the time because I be working. I be busy in my own personal life. This is my life. And he never said anything about that. I remember when my father was dying, he had a nurse come through. But I remember my father letting the woman just leave. She get there 30 minutes, then he got signed off the paper like she was here for 10 hours. That bitch was getting paid big money. Big money. It's a lot of money in nursing. It's a lot of money in nursing. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. And my father used to let the woman leave. I don't mean no harm, y'all. My father had a personal nurse, like a little certified nurse, come in from a temp agency or whatever, and she come in 30 minutes. 30 minutes. It's not enough time to do nothing. My father was a registered nurse years ago. My father worked in psychiatric hospitals. I was not raised with my father. I only knew this as I met him at 30 years old. I met my father at 30 years old. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I met my biological father at 30 years old. He died like 6 years after that. I was 36, he was 63. Shout out to the chat. And I remember him telling me, he said, when I was in the hospice with him, and I said, where is the nurse? Where is the nurse? He said he sent her away. 30 minutes, that's it. Hello, how are you? She got ghosts. She got ghosts. And my father used to always sign her tickets. And he was very wonderful. And he said, Arabia, don't get that woman fired. That woman need to be fought. That woman need to be blazed. So when I go to New York, I gotta look out for this shit. Cause Shaki ain't there no more. Grandma ain't there no more. So I gotta go on my own. But I already know what to do. I'm planning everything. I know what to do. That's the alarm going off. But yeah, people in this world, they get paid for doing nothing. Those um young they not even nurses. They are what are they? What are they? Nurse aides, certified assistant nurses. Let me tell you something. My mother, the woman that raised me, the woman that raised me was a certified nurse assistant for over 30 years. Shout out to the chat. I don't never remember her going to school. I remember she used to get up in the evening to go to work. She had to sleep during the day and get up and go. And then she had to provide for us on her days off. This woman used to cook, used to clean the house. She taught me how to clean the house. She taught me very well. Shout out to the chat. And I'm going to tell you something about that woman. When that woman came to any of my apartments, she smelled bleach. She saw everything was neat, everything was clean. She saw it. She saw from her own eyes what I did for me, but I didn't do well enough. Because in my prayers, when I do my candle lighting, I'm talking to those spirits. I'm talking to those people that are already dead and coming back. I talked to Sergeant Christopher Reagan. Now I'm talking to Birdman. I talked to the parents that raised me. I talked to the universe. I said, universe, please give me a sign. Give me a sign that something good gonna happen. Universe took Birdman out of here. Now I have to rise up and do what I need to do for me. Not for nobody else. Just for me. Shout out to Jack. It is what the fuck it's gonna be. I will never be perfect. I will never be God Almighty. But at least I respect the people on YouTube that told the truth about me. Yes. And some of my subscribers told the truth. Told the truth. And I don't get mad. There's no time to get mad. Get glad and shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I gotta cook me something to eat. I'm hungry. Y'all know I'm a big lady anyway. I'm 5'2". And I'm like, what, 145 now? I was almost 200, but I need to go back to 200. But my doctor already told me, he said, you gain all that weight, it's going to be too much on your bones. Too much on your bone. Your bones are very weak, like very small and weak. You got that old blood. You got the old blood. O means universal. So shout out to the chat. I am your homegirl. Arabia Barbosa. Naman forward to Kanyo. It is what the fuck it is. I'm out of here.